I can't help but just feel gratitude for social media right now. Right now, it's a Friday afternoon. I'm sitting here waiting for my haircut. And I just wanted to get my haircut. So I walked in and my barber had a 30-minute wait time. So I'm like, okay, it's all good. Right before this, I had my boxing session in the morning. So I went to my boxing class, got some tips from my coach, and I decided to casually get a haircut after. But see, I'm not stressed about making patient appointments or having to be at the hospital at this certain time. I'm just living my life. When my barber said, okay, we got a 30-minute wait, I was like, cool, no rush. I don't have anything else to do today. It's a Friday. And this Friday is going to be like that. And then next Friday is going to be like that. Tomorrow and Sunday, those are going to be regular days off. My sister is a podiatry resident right now. And something that she was happy about was the fact that all of her weekends are going to be golden weekends now because she's a third year resident and she doesn't have to do call anymore. And it's so funny to me when I think about the concept of a golden weekend and how we've been brainwashed to think that having 2 days off on a weekend is some like mystical, magical thing. Like I remember when I was doing internal medicine rotations, the residents would say, oh yeah, this is a golden weekend that I have. No, mother effer, this is just a normal weekend. And psych, especially like during the residencies and now attending life, of course, like we're used to that. Every weekend is a normal weekend. But, a lot, if you're a different specialty, you are not. And the fact that they've brainwashed you to thinking that these golden weekends are special is just horrendous to me. These hospital systems, these medical establishments, they really take advantage of providers and doctors. And they basically just churning you out. Their goal, back when I was a med student, I thought that med students and residents, they were this like God and they were so cool what they were doing. And then as I went through it, I realized that, oh no, actually most of them are just burnt out. Most of them are just people. And the system slowly starts to drain that empathy away from you. I remember going in and obviously I'm still a warm, kind-hearted, empathetic type of person, right? That's why part of the reason I went into psychiatry was because of that emotional connection. But now I find it just way easier to not care, to just say, whatever, it's all good, not just go fully as like hardcore or anal as I might have been about specific things. Just because it's medicine, I feel like it's beating that out of me. There used to be a mystical aspect of medicine, and now I feel like it's just a skill set. Like I purely view it as a skill set that you learn. And there's a lot of factors from this, right? Doctors used to be very highly regarded back in the day. And now no one gives an F what doctors think anymore. Doctors are laughed at in society. It's just like another job. It doesn't really help you in terms of societal respect, I've found. It doesn't really help in terms of relationships, dating. It doesn't really help in terms of job satisfaction. Like most doctors I see are burnt out. They don't like what they're doing, all of this stuff. And I think they sold us a lie. If you think about 100 years ago in medicine, it used to be something that was very respected. It used to be that, oh yeah, you were on the echelons of society. You put in that hard work and so you get that respect. And so nowadays it's literally just a job path. And I've experienced like admin stepping over my toes. You've probably experienced admin telling you that, okay, do things this way. Don't do things that way. Do your documentation just like this. Like I remember being in the hospital, and when I was in the psych ward, we had a new medical director, and the medical director was very specific on the types of documentation that he wanted. And because he was specific on that, it's like we had to add in all these extra efforts to a note to satisfy some admin god that this thing was done and this thing was done, so that way we can maximize billing. I remember when I worked in the psychiatric ER in my child adolescent fellowship, the mental status exam, instead of just being able to say that, oh yeah, like you do the patient present like a narrative one, you had to put in all of these checkboxes. You click individually all the different checkboxes. And the note had so much crap in it that it took just as much time to see the patient as it did to fill out the note. So literally you would budget double the time for the patient. I remember thinking that, okay, why can't we just have a scribe? Because the doctor's time is worth way more. So if we had a scribe at least doing this, then we'd be able to work toward the top of our license. And they were just like, oh yeah, money. We'd rather work the doctor more. And then I remember thinking this in residency as well. Hold on, why don't we have scribes? Because if we had scribes, this is before AI. If we had scribes, then the doctor would save so much time documenting, and we could actually use our expertise to help out another patient. But it was just like, nope. So all of these things, right? Like doctors, we are just gears in the system. Our goal is we want to care for patients, but the doctors just want us to generate revenue. That's it. They just want us to generate revenue for the hospital system, and they pay us X fraction about the revenue that we generate. As residents, especially, right? As residents, like we generated hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue for the hospitals, and of course they only paid us $50K. But even as attendings, we will generate hospital systems, clinics, much more money than we get paid. And that's part of the reason that I went into private practice, was because I wanted to control my lifestyle. I wanted to control the amount that I was charging. I wanted to control the patients that I was going to see. I wanted control of my schedule. And I was willing to put in the work to learn business, to develop on social media, to be able to do that. And now I'm literally sitting here in the car Friday afternoon, just chilling, waiting for my barber. Like, I don't have a care in the world. Like, I don't have to be anywhere. Right now, all I need to do is just be in this present moment. And oh my God, I am so grateful for, how things didn't work out on my last job, and now how much freedom I've been able to just gain. Like, I can literally do whatever, whenever. And it's not that I'm bragging. I'm just trying to tell you that there is this good life. It is possible. We went into medicine, yes, because we wanted to help patients, but also because we wanted to live that good life. Like, we wanted the financial success, right? We want to be able to get, whether it's the big house or the big car, or respect from other people, right? And don't lie. If you act like it's not true, don't lie. If doctors were treated like shit in society, for example, like nobody respects like garbage people, right? Even though they do integral work for society. I'm not saying they don't, but they doesn't have the same level of respect as a doctor does. And nowadays the doctor title doesn't mean shit anymore, right? It doesn't get you anywhere. So not only are we not getting the respect and reverence that we used to back in the early days, like back 100 years ago, patients now don't even care about our advice, right? They care about football stars and random TikTokers. People would rather listen to a random TikToker give medical advice than they would to listen to their doctor, who spent 4 years in medical school, at least 3, 4, 5 years in residency, plus any kind of fellowship. They would literally rather just listen to some TikToker. And I'm sure that you've seen this epidemic. But overall, my point is that the system is lying to us, right? As medicine is not what it used to be. And I'm not burnt out by any means. Like, I enjoy practicing. I enjoy the skill set that I've cultivated. I enjoy helping my patients. Like, all of that's still there. But it's just that the rewards are not what it used to be. And so the secret that I've found to making medicine really worthwhile has been from social media, by creating a brand online, by creating an audience, by have influence with my audience, right? Being able to share my teachings and what I've learned online, being able to coach my psych NPs. And now for this channel, I'm doing purely out of passion. Like, I'm doing it because I want to. I feel like physicians need to learn and need to understand social media. Like, we have to understand this, because otherwise we will stay trapped in the shackles of the medical system forever. And social media is the one key that I have found to break out of that, and then really be able to use medicine to practice the way that we want to. If you're a surgeon, then you can have your own practice, right? You set your own hours. You see the patients you want to see. You can sculpt your practice how you want, instead of them just assigning patients to you. You don't have to listen to any admin demands. Like, you are in charge, right? If you're an internist, you're a neurologist, you can share the things you learn, like neurology, right? Like, you can share stroke prevention tips, things that you tell your patients every day, or seizure prevention, or ways to prevent dementia or Parkinson's, whatever it might be, or ways to rehabilitate from a stroke. I'm sure you tell your patients all this stuff day to day. Headache management. Instead of telling patients day to day, which you can do, you can also tell people online. Then let's say you could sell a program. Okay, this is my headache prevention program. I had an ophthalmologist colleague I was talking to, and I was like, okay, You can have a dry eye program teaching people how to get over dry eye. I see physician entrepreneurs here like teaching people how to get over burnout, how to invest financially, all these things, right? And so you're really able to also create an audience for yourself and share whatever your expertise is online, what you're passionate about. If you're passionate about women's rights, you're an OB-GYN, perimenopausal, all those kind of things. If you just speak in the clinic, no one's hearing your voice. But if you speak out on social media, then people get to hear you, and you actually get to have an impact on patients. So not only does it get you freedom, but it also lets you practice the way you want to and be able to teach what you want to as well too. So you get freedom to do whatever you want. You can craft medicine. You can take the skills that you've learned in your medical career and craft it to however you want. And yeah, that's all the advantages that social media has got me. So now instead of a golden weekend, I have a golden week because every week is mine to do whatever I want with. Yeah, I hope this is helpful. I hope this is a sign that, okay, if a good life, a better life as a physician, as in the medicine field, is possible. And it starts by posting on social media. I think you should definitely get started and leave a comment if you like this channel, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.